Typically, when we think of Saskatchewan, we think of farmers' fields and a landscape that appears to go on for days. Known as Canada's breadbasket, it's only fitting that when we think of the land of the living skies, our visual would be a flat field full of wheat. But not where we're going. Northern Saskatchewan falls inside Canada's boreal forest, which covers just under 3,900 square kilometers. A beautiful sanctuary for birds, moose, caribou, bears, and elk. There's an abundance of trees along with large and small lakes interlaced by countless streams. These connected waterways offer facilities for extended canoe and boat trips, where you may even start to believe you are a courageous voyager in the early days of Canada. Plus, there's a rich Indigenous history in this area that dates back over 8,000 years. Today's hidden gem is Saskatchewan's premier golf destination, and it's just minutes outside the Prince Albert National Park. It's called Elk Ridge Resort near Waskasieu. All expectations are curbed as you set your eyes on the surrounding beauty. This four-season paradise offers a ton of activities, including a 27-hole championship golf course. The Elk Ridge Golf Course is nestled in the boreal forest and offers 3 spectacular nines. Golfers are challenged with natural water hazards and silica sand bunkers. Multiple tees lead to world-class bent grass greens. Golfing at Elk Ridge is an experience not soon forgotten, a testament to the new owners who have now revitalized this sensational spot during a pandemic. Also in this episode, I'll be heading out to Prince Albert National Park and visiting Waskasieu Lake, an early Hudson's Bay Company fur trade post between 1886 and 1893. Waskasieu Lake is the only town within the Prince Albert National Park. Waskasieu Marina Adventure Centre is the most diverse marina in Saskatchewan and the largest inland marina in Western Canada. There are 3 marinas for you to choose from, each with their own unique experience. Waskasieu Lake has many sandy beaches, hundreds of campsites, a 120-kilometer trail network made up of 17 trails varying in length and difficulty, and of course, boating and fishing. We'll be diving deeper into the Waskasieu Lake waters later on. First, we explore the Elk Ridge Golf Resort, which offers a wide range of opportunities to experience Saskatchewan at its best. Upon arriving at the resort, I was greeted by managing partner Ryan Danberg. When the world had stopped in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Ryan decided to buy into this resort.
It was Mr. Bryson and Mr. Anderson that were very adamant and made it very clear that they wanted this to happen. And it took some time for me to really come around, and I guess it couldn't have happened at a better time because there was just a lot of work to be done here. And the whole fact that we got to showcase this resort to just individual families through the winter time, which is a little bit slower times, presented just more of an opportunity for us to be able to manage the process.
Taking on a full resort is no joke. The amount of moving parts is incredible. From all the buildings in the community to amenities like a swimming pool, restaurants, and a spa, along with the events such as weddings, yoga retreats, and the return of the very popular winter party on the pond, Elk Ridge is positioned to become a must-visit resort with unbridled potential.
I often get the question as to why we don't do outdoor concerts here. We have an ultimate setting for that, and that's something that I think this new ownership group is certainly going to look at. It is a very cool setting, but along with all of these events, we often have to be reminded by our guests that we're really nature at its best here, and just going for a walk in this area, you never know what kind of wildlife you're going to see, or just different things that you're going to experience in northern Saskatchewan, because it's a different terrain and it's pretty surreal when you actually get to experience some of these experiences here.
Nature at its best says it perfectly for Elk Ridge, a resort that's blossoming in northern Saskatchewan and a leap of faith by its new owners, which is finally able to flourish.
6 months prior to us coming out of COVID or moving into the shift of post-pandemic, we really didn't know what we're gonna experience as far as business levels go. There was still a lot of unknowns. We're fortunate to sit here today and say it all worked out and it went well, and we're very grateful for that, I would say.
When we come back, we'll focus on golf as we take an in-depth look at the golf course and catch up with a special guest.
matter the scale of your bolting project, Cantork has your solution. Concept, design, engineering, machining, assembly, and testing, all within Alberta. We have the solution to your bolting problem in our unmatched inventory or within our world-class design and manufacturing team. For more information, visit cantork.com. Thank you for supporting an Alberta manufacturer.
Before the break, we met up with managing partner Ryan Danberg to learn more about the Elk Ridge Golf Resort. The new ownership group has taken this resort to a new level, with a strong focus on the 3 beautiful nines we are about to play. Joining Ryan and I on the first tee is not only a former NHLer with a lot of accolades to his name, he's also a local who spends every summer in the area, which is a testament to what we are about to see. Hey you!
Hey Meg!
Joining me for some golf?
Welcome to northern Saskatchewan.
Robin will be joining us for the day as we indulge in most of his favorite pastimes in Saskatchewan.
We have a cabin half an hour to the south at Christopher Lake, so I love this area. I've been coming here for 30 years actually, and just lots to do. I love being outside, golfing, fishing, hiking, biking, you name it, and it's a beautiful spot.
Honors in this case obviously goes to the person with the most medals.
On these holes though, it feels like this is the only hole on the course, right? There's separation where a lot of the city courses and
you can bail out on the other hole.
Yeah, it's just hole after hole. Where, so it's a little bit different feel out here for sure.
The new owners have a long history in the golf world, so when they took over the resort, they knew exactly what changes to make.
So on this hole here, what you can see originally from the cart path straight was all trees, and basically after the 2 years that we had kind of been in operation with this nine, we decided to clear more trees out to give people a little bit more of a place to hit it, because it was a really tight fairway.
I put a few balls there on that right side. A few of mine went in there.
Did you ever find any?
No.
Nice shot.
See, you're lucky that cut out. That's why it was there.
Good thing I got that bush cut out.
They aren't slowing down with the renos, even including Canadian PGA Tour player Graham Dillette to make his revisions.
Lots of becoming recognized now in the golf scene with the score golf or the rating type of golf that's out there. I mean, don't get me wrong. We want to be in that upper echelon, and a lot of that recognition often comes with who designs or who's retweaked, and there's some pretty powerful names out there. I mean, obviously Graham Dillette's a pretty powerful name in the Canadian golf industry, and we're hopeful that bringing him here and his vision and just guiding us through maybe what we might do as some course renovation or some redevelopment of certain areas. So he's gonna play a big part in that going forward.
June 20th to 26th will be the Elk Ridge Open. The PGA Tour Canada will be playing the same nine we are during the tournament.
So we're on the Aspen 9 here. We're playing it as a par 36 today. They're going to play the par 5s as par 4s. Obviously, these young guys are a notch above, and it's going to be a full test for them. There's no question. I mean, what you see is what you get out here, but it's not going to be a short par 34 by any means. So.
Go!
Got it!
Go!
There are a lot of golf courses across Canada vying for a spot on the tour, and Elk Ridge has secured their fate for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I think it was huge for us. Dakota Dunes used to host this event in the past, and of course Dakota Dunes is the stereotypical Saskatchewan. What you think is it's wide open. Some of the players that have played here and played some practice rounds already, they've alluded to the fact that I didn't think that Saskatchewan was like this.
The PGA Tour Canada is just the tip of the iceberg for this group, with no end in sight on what event they can and will host.
We envision just more golfers, more golf events, and that kind of translates into more heads on beds. It translates into more of a demographics that we're trying to service here with that strong focus on golf. But like you say, the weddings and events are great. There's probably no better place in the entire province to get married.
The pandemic sidelined many events, The Elk Ridge Resort is coming back in full force to make up for those lost years. Some of the events they are bringing back include the ever-popular Party on the Pond, as well as some culinary components and wellness retreats. Their Drift Spa has already been rejuvenated, with more plans to expand the spa offering.
I've never golfed a golf course where I have a zip line going through the middle of it, and that's exactly what we have behind us here. Tell us about Trio 6.
Yeah, so Trio 6 Adventure Park, they do guided zip line tours. They've got 2 of these bridges. We permitted them back when they designed the course to have that bridge go through there. I think it's great. I think a lot of people love seeing the families and people walk by. It's also pretty cool when you're hitting shots here and people stop and cheer you on. So it's been a really good addition to the resort in many, many facets.
One of the largest hurdles this organization has faced has been applying to become its own entity. The resort is now officially a resort village due to the hard work of this new group.
Elk Ridge has grown to become a community. We've got 67 villas, 28 townhouses, 39 cottages, and a development in the estates right now that's really taking off. So that being said, we're getting to see more permanent residents. Staffing alone, we house about 80 to 90 people here. So when you look at the total capacity of people that are on our resort, the application process started quite some time ago to try and get Elk Ridge to a resort village. We're currently in an RM. And what that means is you become a resort village, you start to have a stronger sense of community. Some things that they're going to be looked at for sure are better playgrounds, community center. Often we hear the term pickleball and pickleball courts because that's one of the fastest growing sports. So all of that is certainly on the docket moving forward for what we want to do here with the resort, and just more amenities.
The more I explore this resort, the more I can see the focus isn't solely on golf.
Yeah, we're a 4-season resort, so we'll go through the transition period once golf course will close. The minute the time the snow flies, we've got snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, all on the golf course, which is pretty cool. So we actually do groomed trails. We've also got our Rink of Dreams, which is a well-lit pond, and then we've got Olympic Oval for skating, tons of fire pits, and just a lot of outdoor activity in the whole region, really. We're at a point now where we get 410 kilometers of trails. I think it's 12 or 13 warm-up shacks. So you can set up at Elk Ridge and literally spend a good couple of days on the trails and stopping at the shacks for picnics and stuff like that. So certainly our winter piece of our activity offer is ever increasing year over year. We just want to make sure that we keep the focus of the resort in perspective, and at the end of the day, do a good job in making sure that people find out about them. So,
as we finish off our round, it's quite evident that no matter how many events Elk Ridge hosts, golf will always be the crown jewel of this resort. And with 3 beautiful 9s, it's no wonder Elk Ridge is becoming one of Canada's top golf destinations.
Took a look and said, nope.
Oh, he's got it.
Now that we've tried our luck catching birds, we're going to see if our luck is any better catching fish. When we come back, we'll take a dive into one of the biggest lakes in the Prince Albert National Park.
The Black Dirt Company has been a part of this community for over 25 years now. Our customers have done an amazing job of supporting us through that time, and we take it very seriously, so we plan on investing back into our community. This season, our customers are really excited about our brand new drive-thru. It enables our customers to come in without getting out of their vehicle, ask for their order, and get loaded within 5 minutes. Our staff are second to none. They have great customer service, exceptional knowledge, and they really enabled the Black Dirt Company to become a fixture in this community.
After finishing a round of golf, I'm giving up on chasing birdies and focusing my talents on catching fish. as I head 11 kilometers north into the Prince Albert National Park and visit Waskasieu Lake. The Waskasieu Marina Adventure Centre is the most diverse marina in Saskatchewan and the largest inland marina in Western Canada. Waskasieu Lake has many sandy beaches, hundreds of campsites, a 120-kilometer trail network with numerous trails varying in length and difficulty. This is the best nature has to offer, with ecotourism in the spotlight in this beautiful piece of wilderness. There is really no need to hop in the vehicle, as Waskasieu is best experienced on foot or on boat. Due to it being in a national park, Waskasieu Lake boasts some of the best fishing in the area. Luckily, I know a few people with boats as I meet up again with Robin Regier and co-owners of the Elk Ridge Resort, Ryan Danberg and Dave Bryson, for the Inside Scoop.
Well, fishing here in the national park is actually great because here they have a catch limit of 2 walleye, and just allows us to have tons of fish for when people come out. The population just continues to grow. We can bring our kids here and know that when we go out on the water, we're going to catch something. It's going to be a lot of fun for the whole family.
Robin and Dave are treating me to a day on Robin's personal fishing boat. Robin couldn't wait for us to arrive and has already caught his 2-fish limit, so he's navigating and shares his knowledge with us about the do's and don'ts when fishing in a national park.
You know, we're fishing today with worms, and some people don't like dealing with worms because they're live night crawler worms. You can fish with beef heart, so those are probably the 2 more popular baits to fish with. You're not allowed to fish with minnows in the national park here.
Oh, well, I think I saw somewhere too. It's 1 fish per hook as well, right?
Correct. Yeah, one fish per hook. It leads to a very healthy fishery here in the park. Well, Meg, they say big bait for a big fish. So.
We're trolling today. Do you cast much, or do you mainly stick to the trolling?
Well, we're fishing for walleye today and right now. So usually trolling, try to troll fairly slow for walleye. We will cast though for northern pike. So if you're going to try to catch pike, we'll put big spoons on and things like that, and try to cast for them that way. Yeah.
Fishing for walleye is a completely new experience for me, so I feel like I'm asking every rookie question available.
Okay, so with that, we want to be just on the bottom, right? So you can feel in the line that we're touching the bottom with that.
Yeah, correct. So we're actually using bottom bouncers. And then the nice thing is there's a spinner and some hooks, and we have night crawlers on them, but that follows the bouncer usually about 3 feet in behind, but also about 6 inches above where the bouncer sits on and drags on the ground.
What's your optimal depth?
This time of year, we're probably 18 to 20-ish is usually what you're finding the walleye at. You know, the other thing that I found with walleye too is like when the wind blows into a point that you're fishing around or a shore that you're fishing around, they tend to be a little more active that way. If the water conditions are very calm and it's a hot, calm day, it's usually pretty tough fishing for walleye. So the wind seems to just stir things up and make the fish a little bit more active.
Well, so far it doesn't seem to be windy enough for the fish, but when in Waskasieu, there's so much to enjoy just boating around the lake, though I'm not leaving here without a fish on my hook.
Ryan, have you ever tried this trick? I'm gonna catch a fish. 3, 2, 1.
I'm waiting for your trick.
No, it didn't work. But imagine if it happened.
Optimism trick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if that happened?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Kate, tell me about all the different beaches that are around here, because it's a huge lake.
It is, yeah. Waskasieu is, I think it's 21 miles plus long. So, I mean, it's a great family spot as far as boating goes because there's over 10 beaches that you can stop at and spend the day at. We like it obviously for the different spots you can fish at. There's different places for walleye, there's different places for pike. What you can see over there at King Island, it's very scenic and it's a great spot to go as a family and just dock off, sandbar around there. So that, Waskasieu Lake truly is pretty majestical as far as the scenery goes, but the beaches and the usability of it is very user-friendly.
And then the Heart Lakes and Crean, There's some really nice beaches on Crean. You just go for the day and it's quite nice, but you really got to watch that lake because it's even bigger than this and it can get pretty angry too. If there's weather that blows in and things like that, it can get nasty.
Luckily, the weather is cooperating for us today and the winds might just be picking up enough to wake up the walleye.
Yeah, oh yeah, you got chewed, look at that. Okay, oh, you got worms up there.
Yeah. That's a triple bogey.
Oh,
Yeah.
Meg, I don't know what's going on today.
Oh, fish on!
Here we go.
Okay, I think this is a monster based on this size.
Keep that rod tip up, Meg. Yeah, and keep some tension on the line.
It's sure fighting.
Oh, yeah,
Look at
nice
that.
one.
There we go. Fish on!
Beautiful walleye.
This fishing game's fun.
You know what? There's only one person that hasn't caught a fish in this boat, Meg. Hey, oh, there he is.
Triple bogey.
After dominating on the golf course, Ryan is starting to panic, falling behind in the fish tally. He isn't prepared to leave without a catch either.
There we go. Nice fish.
Beautiful.
Oh, I could actually go back and not have to get beaked all day. The text messages.
Yeah, is that?
Pressure's off now. I was taking a little bit of beaking. And picture of the live well.
Yeah, I got some fish in the live well. Supper, as we like to call it here in Saskatchewan. Supper.
Well, not a bad day out on the lake after all. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time in Waskasieu, and I've only seen the town from the lake so far. Trust the locals when they say there's more to see.
Well, you know what? The national park is just a great place for the whole family to come. There's so much to do. The city of Waskasieu is right on the beachfront. You know, tons of people coming and going. The nightlife is great, walking up and down the boardwalk. So just lots to do for the whole family.
I definitely need to take a walk around and take in the atmosphere. After that, I'll be heading back to Elk Ridge Resort to explore some local fine dining with Chef Kyle. If I'm lucky enough, I'll get to try one of his famous elk recipes. Northern Saskatchewan is definitely offering more than I was expecting. There are endless opportunities for activities in the boreal forest. After enjoying a great day with some old and new friends playing on a championship golf course and fishing Waskasieu Lake, I'm starving. There are 2 restaurants on site at the Elk Ridge Resort, both offering incredible menus. Tonight, I'm in the mood for fine dining at the stunning Frederick. Instead of sitting back and waiting for my meal to arrive, I'm meeting up with head chef Kyle Nowicki to see what goes on behind the scenes.
Hey, Kyle.
Hello.
I'm Meg.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, some of my favorite parts about traveling are getting to experience the food in different regions. So I understand that you're making us some foods that are local to this area today. What do we got?
Walleye cheeks and elk.
Well, I'll let you get to it.
Okay.
What's the first dish that you're going to
I'm
prepare?
probably going to do the walleye cheek risotto, pearl barley risotto. Pearl barley is from Saskatchewan, the walleye cheeks are from Saskatchewan. In it I have onions, celery, some fennel. We call that a white mirepoix mix.
Kyle starts off the barley mix with some butter in a cold pan to keep it from burning instantly. Then adds green pea flavored water instead of plain water.
And as you reduce the liquid, the pea flavor will become more and more concentrated because I'm releasing more of the starches. So right now when we're cooked down to about there, I will add pea puree. We make this in-house too. And pearl barley for a risotto is really forgiving. You basically can't overcook it. With rice, you have to be very strict with the timing.
Next, we cook up a local delicacy, walleye cheeks. These cheeks are surprisingly large, meaty, and tender. This time though, Kyle starts off with a scorching hot pan to sear the cheeks.
You want to add butter, adds color, adds more flavor, gives a nice nuttiness to it. Okay, so that's pretty much what you're looking for. You can give them a nice baste as well.
Before we know it, we're already plating.
So I'm a pretty rustic guy, I'm sure you guys can tell, so I like to my plates look pretty rustic. We add some crispy prosciutto to this, just for texture, because right now everything's soft.
This looks delicious.
Hard to believe this is just the appetizer. Up next is our main course, elk.
Now you have to top that last one. Actually, really just match it, because that was delicious.
Yeah, awesome. So we're gonna do an elk strip loin. The elk, again, comes from Saskatchewan. We come up with a new elk dish once every 2 days. We change the elk special, so we're gonna add some fat to it, season it, and then we're gonna sear it in a pan. Since it's such a lean cut, it doesn't need a lot of cooking time. It cooks probably twice as fast as a steak would.
But before Kyle starts cooking, he has to go foraging for herbs in their patio garden.
So we'll put our elk on there. That's the sound you want to hear. Nice sizzle. This color's really fast, again, because it's such a lean cut of meat. It cooks incredibly fast. A steak wouldn't even be ready to turn yet, but this is almost ready to turn.
Really?
So we'll give it a season on the other side.
And that's like, what, a minute?
Oh, that was like 45 seconds, yeah, a minute.
After the flip, Kyle adds some butter and garlic along with the herbs from the garden to infuse the elk.
And then again, we'll give it a good base. So right now you're just adding flavor. This basting, it adds flavor, adds moisture, and it also helps cook the elk a little more evenly. So we're looking for medium rare. Anything other than medium rare, it can be extremely chewy.
Kyle lets the meat rest before putting it into the oven and then starts on plating. First, it's a roasted sweet potato puree on the plate, partnered with curry roasted sweet potatoes, gooseberry chutney, almond puree, and baked curry kale, which will all get heated up in the oven using the same pan as the elk to add more flavor. Soon, everything is ready to plate.
So this is our gooseberry chutney. Again, I was thinking kind of a deconstructed curry type dish. And this is how we plate here, little bitty as we call it in Europe. So now we'll get my almond puree. This is roasted almonds and we make it into a puree, so it's kind of like a almond butter, I guess.
All that's missing now is the star of the dish, the elk. Top it off with a garnish of baked kale, and I'm ready to give it a taste.
I feel like I have to get like all of the flavors in here at once.
What a fabulous meal and a great way to end our stay. It has been an eventful visit, and it leaves me with the feeling that this is just the beginning for the Elk Ridge Resort.
We look at just ever expanding that activities for the people to come here and really have that sense of feel where, wow, I just was there and I did all these activities and I didn't really know that I could do all that on one property. And that's what we're striving for as far as the resort goes.
My perception of northern Saskatchewan has definitely changed after this trip. Great golf, beautiful lakes, gorgeous scenery, and Elk Ridge has proven itself as a top-tier resort with every amenity you could desire. But I've got one more stop I've been dying to make. On our way out, I take the family to Trio 6 Park and explore the trails as we go for rides on their e-bikes, do a little rock climbing on the big wall, and of course, zip lining. My overall review? Head to Saskatchewan and take the drive up north. You won't be disappointed.
Come on, baby. Be thirsty.
Ooh, look where his tea is.
He caught it.
I didn't even move.
You need to get a shot of this.
I didn't move. It's like, oh, you just threw something at me.
I'm gonna finish my shot. There we go.
Wow.